Hey, it's the Scotch Test Dummies. We got a Bunnahabhain 18-year-old.
Ooh, the Buna. We're going to test it. Islay style.
Sounds good to me. All right, Bunnahabhain 18. A long time ago, we did Bunnahabhain 12-year.
Right.
And I can remember I didn't really care for it. But I think it was because it was that unpeated Bunnahabhain style.
Okay.
I've had several Bunnahabhain since that I've really loved, really enjoyed.
Yeah, there's some we've been huge fans of.
And I've seen the Bunnahabhain 12 around here for like $49, and I've been meaning to pick it back up and try it.
Okay. Give it another go now that we're a little more experienced.
Yeah. A lot of people really like the Bunnahabhain 18.
Okay, sure.
I've been seeing a few of the older bottlings around. There's a new bottle design, label design that's out. And so I was like, I'm going to pick it up and try it. And it does not disappoint. I'll just
Really?
say
So,
that.
yeah, I can tell you've had a little bit. You're below the neck.
46.3%, I want to say.
Yes,
Yep.
Natural color, Uncho filtered. That's about all we can say about that one.
Wow.
Until we nose and taste.
Sherried Bunnahabhain style.
Really?
Saltiness.
Yes.
Just that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I got that cherry fruit in there. Almost like a... It's almost like a chilled fruit.
There's raspberries and blueberries.
Huh.
There's plums, brown sugars.
I do not get the brown sugar. I get the blueberries.
Spice.
Yes.
223.
Oh. 225. I cannot explain why sometimes it smells of chilled fruit. It's like it's been...
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's like it's fresh and clean and crisp. Huh. You're right with the seaside.
Yeah, still some kind of saltiness.
Yes.
Almost just that Bunnahabhain unpeated characteristic. Still on the nose. Nice. Rich. The nose is delicious on it.
Wow. Beautiful velvety mouth coat. I'm going to have to come back in. Let me get a little water.
18 years, 46.3%. No water needed. It's rich. It saturates the palate. And I don't even know that sherry casks have been used. But when you taste it, I mean, when you look at Bunnahabhain 18, blind when I first had it, I'm like, there's sherry in it. That's a sherry influence.
Really? I definitely get it on the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of a salted caramel. Think Starbucks salted caramel latte.
You know, when you first said it, I thought, really? And then I took the sip, and I'm like, okay. Yeah, because you got the salt and the caramel in there.
It's kind of like the whipped cream or the whipped milk with the caramel drizzle on it and chunks of salt on it as well.
Wow.
Rich, sweet, sherry notes. Not overpowering, sherry finish type notes. Well, if you got a little bit more?
I had to go a little bit more.
I want a little bit more. You're good at kind of spilling that all over too.
One little drop. One drop. It just went in a
The
little
first
messy.
one, there was scotch all over the desk.
Oh my goodness. It went in a little messy. One drop came out. Because I thought the same thing, and then I saw one drop came out. Not even a sip. Just a dollop.
Android head, Glencairn.
Ah.
Bunnahabhain. So Bunnahabhain is actually it's Bunnahabhain. I think the second BH comes off as a V. Bunnahabhain. But it's an Islay distillery. Majority of your Islay whiskeys are peated.
Yeah.
Bunnahabhain does unpeated Islay whiskeys.
Delicious.
But also peated.
I think they do. I believe.
I'm trying to think of a peated Bunnahabhain.
I know.
I don't know.
Sure, please. You know, if they have
Brook Lottie does both unpeated and
that's
peated
what makes
versions.
you think. Yeah, they started off purely and unpeated, and then they went whole hog in.
Just looking for any more information on there on the Bunnahabhain 18-year-old, and there isn't really any. So, 92, 93.
Really? Solid 90. You know, if it was peated. It's delicious, though. It's delicious. So.
I think it actually feels older than an 18-year-old. It actually comes across
I will give
as
you that. I will give you a 21.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. 20,
Yes.
It actually feels like a 21-year-old.
It does. I actually noted that exact. I thought, wow, this is actually so smooth and refined. It feels older than the 18.
Mm-hmm. Think salted caramels, think fruits, think dark fruits, spice. Go ahead. Help yourself.
I couldn't quite get the salted caramel.
I like it. 90. Again, 92, 93, somewhere right in there.
I think you said 93. It's great.
$130, $135.
Okay. 18 years, Islay. You know, that's a premium. They're putting out good stuff.
I think it's on the cusp of the uptrend where it's going up. Where in the future, if you find it for $135, you'll be like, that's a good deal. Or this will be one you'll be like, I remember when that was $135.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So get it while you can. And this is the older bottle, the older labeling. How the newer ones are coming out, I'm not sure.
You haven't seen them? Because
I have not seen. No, this, and there's still a few bottles,
right.
Very few of this one around.
Because this has that almost, you know, I mean, that gold labeling on there. The Louis the 18th is what I always thought of as the number of the 18 up here. Always has a what?
Well,
what?
No, I was talking about how delicious it is at 48%.
We haven't done water.
And we hadn't had any water.
This does not need water. It's extremely smooth.
It's
I will
delicious.
take some. I like your rule on take a drop, see if it changes anything. That's why I had to add a little more.
Let's just move into our Scotch God shout out while we added that water. We got an email a while back from Mike Tabor. Subject is a sincere thank you. Hey dummies, I'm fairly new when it comes to the world of Scotch whiskey. Most of my experience where tasting is concerned resides in the world of tea. My whiskey drinking has largely been relegated to the occasional bourbon and cola at parties. Recently, I have tried a handful of craft bourbons, but I just don't seem to have the palate development or the tasting vocabulary that I do with tea. Sure, I can say, yes, I like this one, or, bah, this is terrible, but I can't quite explain why yet. While looking for reviews of a certain bourbon, I ran across a YouTube channel with these two crazy guys, one of whom was wearing a quite stylish hat.
That's gotta be
I decided to watch a couple of more, and my curiosity was piqued.
I'm glad the hat drew him in.
If I'm being honest, I must say that Scotch has always intimidated me. Although I have never tried it, I somehow regard it as this inaccessible, exclusive thing. Well, after looking into it a bit more, I'm finally ready to take the plunge and try my first Scotch whiskeys. I will be documenting my experiences, but I struggle with the idea of putting them out there for public consumption. To get to the point of this message, as I am now off topic, I just want to say a sincere thank you. Your videos have eased my mind a bit when it comes to wading into this ocean of flavor profiles, regional attributes, and distilleries.
Beautiful.
Without the great resources that you and others have provided, I doubt this journey would have ever started.
Nice.
Cilantro dummies.
Cilantro. And I want to say, Mike, I'm actually working my way through some different teas. And if you want to send another email with a couple suggestions or a company that you think is maybe head and shoulders or, you know, accessible, flavorful, let me know, because I'm trying to work on both morning teas. I still love our coffee and everything, but afternoon and evening teas. So share the wealth and send it back the other way.
Part of my reply to Mike, though, I said, Mike, thanks for the great email. The tasting notes develop more and more with every bottle you try. Our journey has literally been on YouTube, as we were fairly novices ourselves when we started
intentionally
filming reviews.
Right.
Yeah. I call it on-the-job training that brings the taste buds around, and you start to notice more and more tasting notes.
And the whole idea was the same. I felt a little intimidated with Scotch early on, and I didn't know the rules, and I was a little bit like, eh. And as we got deeper in, part of the idea of the show was, we don't know anything. We're not experts. We're going to go on a journey. We're on a quest. And we also want to make it approachable. All whiskeys approachable and fun.
Water really made it richer. Almost hit the palate a little bit more with a little bit more depth.
Really?
More burnt caramels and that. Take that salted caramel latte and burn it.
Okay.
Take the flamethrower and just burn the top of it a little bit.
My first instinct was it didn't change it much, and I preferred it neat. But you know what? I think what you just mentioned was I got a little bit of that burnt tang in there, like not tang. When you let caramel sit in a pan a little bit and it burns a touch, and that's at first I was like, not that it was bad, but I thought I like it better neat. But I see what you're saying there.
Patreon shout out.
Wow, that was good.
Special one for Ard Baggy.
Ard Baggy. We love the Ard Baggy, and
Andy.
I like your name.
Andy, actual name. We'll just leave it at Ard Baggy, though.
Ard Baggy's good.
$20 supporter.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Ready for the shout out?
Baggy, yes.
Ard Baggy! Thank you.
Big supporter. Thank you. Lovely. Thank you.
Now, if you want, I know we have a couple pictures. Send us if you have a special picture you want us to include.
We'll put it up.
You actually get 2 shout outs. We just shouted out your name. We'll put your picture
in. You got to be clothed.
That's the only stipulation.
You got to have the pickle covered.
Pickle has to be covered.
It has to be covered. At some point in time, someone's going to send us a shot of them in a Speedo. And we'll have to post it.
Yeah, it's covered.
Yeah, technically the pickle's covered.
We want the Speedo.
Well, unless you're gifted.
We encourage the Speedo. You don't even have to be gifted.
That's right. Those Europeans.
Bart wants you to be.
Well, the Europeans are they just let it all go. I've been on some European beaches.
Patreons are bread and butter. It really helps support the show. People think you start putting videos on YouTube and the money starts rolling in.
Nope.
Not the case.
Like $2.25.
Patreon.
$2.25.
Patreon is definitely what helps keep us going. Helps keep the lights on.
Right.
Is it worth it?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That's good. But how much again?
So.
How much?
$135.
Okay.
But
peat it, though. Give me some peat.
I think it's starting to go up, and I think a few years from now, we'll say I remember when Bunnahabhain 18 was $135.
Probably so. The only thing I'll say is very good quality. It's very tasty. It tastes older than 18. But anything from Islay, and this goes to the same with Brooklady, I want the peated version.
And I'm saying 93 because you went to the bottle 3 times. It's got to be good.
Yeah,
you deny it? But
no, I don't deny it. I hit it thrice. When you drink with us, you never drink alone.
We toast a family, friends, good health and home.
Pour an Irish, a bourbon, a rye.
But if you Scotch
it. You Scotch gods.
Cilantro.
Dummies.
Dummies.